Like, what are you in it for? Are you in it for the love of Tupac, or are you in it to get justice for Keefy? He goes to Art of Dialogue. He goes to Vlad. He goes to Kim Capone. He goes to all these outlets telling essentially the same story. The same story.
He used Tupac as a shield. That ain't true, Nathan Rand. That ain't true. It's not. Nah. Why you say that? That ain't true. How's there?
Again, matter of fact, he was quoted as saying, like, when he saw the car being shot up, you know, Tupac would look like he was breakdancing.
The next one said him. It was like you was going to breakdance right on top of the back seat or something. Yeah. Like, damn. Yeah,
what are you really doing? Is it really about justice, or are you just trying to get $1? You know what I'm saying? Is it about justice for Pac, or do you want $1? Yeah. I said microphone check 1 2 1 3. That be just, I be third degree. Didn't mean to stumble over my words. They call me third degree, aka Edward Wilson or Williams. It really don't matter. As long as you know when I spit, the world scatters. We got quiz. You standing on business like I said once before. Can we please get a witness? If you do a test, I just stress the point. If you don't know, yes, I'm staying on point. We just speaking a couple of topics. Anything you know, yes, I'm down to rock it. I think we gotta say R.I.P. to Malcolm X, one of the best, if I must profess. Today was the day that he went home. So we about to go and bring this back home. To all of those that don't know, we about to show you how we flip the flow when we stay on schedule. I'm just freestyling while I'm off the top of the dome. I don't know what I'm saying, please leave the boy alone. His stepdad's a mental illness. I know one of my real pops is going to feel this. That's not the case. We doing it for you, just like Cameron and Mace. I'm just, I just be going off. I'm a little tired. Hey, welcome back to Drop Your 3 Cent. I'm your boy Third Degree. We got Quez, we got Jess in the house. How you doing, my brother?
What's going on, my dude?
Man, I'm good, man. How you feeling?
Hey, man, I'm here once again. I can't complain. You know what I'm saying?
Once again, it's on.
That's it. That's all. What's up to the beautiful Jess? What's going on, sister?
Hello. How are you?
Hey, man. We in the building one more time. Let's get after it.
Let's get it. Let's get it, man. How's your week, man?
Oh, man. Busy, brother. Busy.
Yeah?
But productive. Let me not say busy. It was a productive week.
Good.
Yeah, I kind of went out for the count yesterday. It had caught up to me, so man, yesterday I just came home from work and just went to sleep, bro. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Nah, man, you said, oh man, stacking, nigga.
Oh no, look, I missed so many calls. I'm telling you, I got home. I probably was in the bed by like 7:15, 7:30. I was out of there. Yeah, I was done. I've been staying up till like midnight, 1 o'clock all week, man.
Yeah,
trying to get stuff done, man. You know what I'm saying? It's time to grind it out, bro.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I ain't got time to play no more, man. We gotta make something shake like ASAP. You know what I mean?
You know, something going on Facebook.
What
Or at least
happened?
on mine.
They kicked you out again?
For mine, it was saying like was live. They keep tripping on me.
Man, hold on, let me see.
It's working for me.
Yeah, they took it down that fast. Shit.
Yeah, man. Saying it's a copyright dispute. I can't even play my own damn music, man. Like, whose music was in here?
Nah, hold on, let me see. Yeah, it's showing on there right now. I got it on mine. Yeah, I got it on mine. It's up on mine.
Let me submit this.
But you gotta sit.
Okay. I gotta submit for my own music, man. Like it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, man.
See how they do? My distributor and Facebook's actually kind of ratchet. So you know what? Right now, I think it's time for some ratchet news.
Let's get straight to it.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Third Degree, and we're back with more ratchet news. Well, some of it's ratchet, some of it's not, but we still gotta talk about it. So let's go. Well, we gotta start off by giving a salute to honor Hajj Malik Shabazz, man. He was assassinated on this day in 1965. So, shout out and prayers going up to him. Also, prayers went up to Valletta Wallace, the mother of the late notorious B.I.G. She passed away today too. So, man, I got a connection to her too. So it's crazy, but R.I.P. She will be missed. Kamala Harris will be the first Black Indian American woman to serve as Vice President of the United States. So that's Black history. She gets honored. And also in Kamala news, Kamala Harris signs with a major Hollywood talent agency. So we're gonna see what she has in store for herself, within these next 4 years or so. You know what I'm saying? So moving on. Well, speaking of her counterpart, civil rights groups sued Trump over malicious and unlawful anti-DEI LGBTQ orders. And shortly afterwards,
Americans ever live, including countless Black Americans icons. The garden will predominantly feature incredible women like Harriet Tubman.
So yeah, he announces that there will be a Black figures be featured in the new Garden of American Heroes. Hey, see, I like Black people were a person. It would definitely be that right there. Moving on. Well, we're speaking of token Negroes, Tiger Woods and Kodak Black were also in attendance for this, so I just sit back and just watch the show. Moving on. Senator Mitch McConnell won't seek re-election in 2026. Good for him. Moving on. Trump's DOJ racist report on violence against Native American women. Moving on. From homeless to a self-made millionaire, meet the LA native who created organic grow hair color. Salute, queen. Andrew Lester passes away while waiting sentencing after pleading guilty to assault charge for shooting Ralph Durrell. Justice was a little slow on this one. Moving on. Education Department gives schools 2 weeks to eliminate race-based programs. Moving on. ASAP Rocky found not guilty in gun assault trial, as he should. Salute. Moving on. A California felon who committed heinous crimes against a child may be released due to controversial juvenile justice law. I think there should be a change in that. That's just my 2 cents. Moving on. Ratchet. Meet the man who says he's a trophy husband with 3 wives. They work while he stays at home. Any thoughts? We should speak on this for a little bit, huh? Moving on. We're keeping it in the debauchery. A man goes viral after impregnating mom and daughter 2 weeks apart. What in the... Jerry Springer is going on in this country, right? Moving on. But we'll just continue in the ratchetness real quick. Neo fires back at critics after debuting his 4th girlfriend, his 4th sister wife. You know, y'all make fun of Neo, calling him all types of gay. Now he pops out with 4 girlfriends and they getting after him. I mean, dude can't win, right? No, moving on. Jaguar Wright honored with Defender of Freedom Award at event held at Trump's Mar-a-Lago. Moving on. Clarissa Shields is suspended after testing positive for marijuana, denies use. That's crazy. I mean, but how can marijuana make somebody stronger? How's it a performance enhancement drug? It don't make no sense, especially if it's legal in certain states. I don't know, but developing. We'll continue to monitor this. Moving on. 4 extra chokes out Orlando Brown by his collar after he refers to him as Kiki Palmer. I mean, and he was begging for it too. It don't really look like he was like scared, you know what I mean? Which is kind of weird. Moving on. Rumor has it that Meg Thee Stallion's new album, Megan, might feature a fiery diss track in the Eminem fans embrace their impact. I would think not, Megan. Please don't do it. Moving on. U.S. government looks to ban the purchase of junk food using food stamps following Health Secretary RFK Jr.'s confirmation. Crazy. Moving on. Well, celebrating Black excellence, Black man launched first Black-owned soda brand in Oklahoma called Afro Pop. And they keep selling out. So for everybody in Oklahoma, continue to support. And salute again. Moving on. In sad news, though, an 11-year-old girl took her own life after being bullied over family's immigration status. So prayers going out to that little girl's family. We'll touch back on this on a later date as far as the bullying goes, especially with children. You know what I'm saying? So moving on. LA is officially one of the world's worst cities for dating, according to Lowlands. Yeah, I can maybe kind of agree to that. A lot of fake people in LA. A lot of fake people. A lot of $3 bills. We'll talk about that on another day. Moving on. There have been 87 confirmed plane incidents in the U.S. this year. This has been the most I've ever seen. And what's crazy is Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy falsely claims more air crashes happened under Biden than Trump, which is completely crazy. Hey, moving on. Last but not least, Diddy's attorney files motion to withdraw as his legal counsel ahead of his trial. Under no circumstances can I continue without input. This is crazy, really crazy, but that's all I got for y'all. Anyway, I'm Third Degree, and that's Being Ratchet News. Enjoy the show. Peace.
Gotta love it, man. Shouts out to Black History Month, man. You know what I mean?
It's been an interesting one, to say the least. You know.
Hey, man, it's the battle of opposing thoughts, man, going on in 2025. You know,
right?
You said it. Dio was gay for the longest with the big ass head he had, and pop out with four sister wives, and then we got Cletus with his 3 white women. You know what I'm saying? Going to work. You know what I'm saying? Brett said, I'm gonna get my reparations one way or another. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you, Cletus. You know what I'm saying? Get it how you live, bro. No, it could never. Ain't no black woman finna go to work where you sit your black ass at home, bro. It's never gonna work like that.
There's some who are doing it though.
Nah, they ain't
indirectly. unbeknownst to themselves. You know what I mean? Like,
they are not going to work, so you can sit at the house and chill, bro. And there's 3 of them. Nah,
yeah, willingly.
yeah, it's black women ain't going for that ever. You know what I'm saying? Ever. Yeah, ask your mama if you can do it. You know what I'm saying? I give you a clear-cut answer.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's what's up. Hey, shouts out to the White House for having a Black History Month celebration, even though y'all mad at it. You know what I mean? Y'all just said, man, we're gonna cancel Black History Month last month. Then he popped out with an event on y'all ass. You know what I'm saying? He had Tiger Woods, who is 2.7% black, and he had Kodak Black. You know what I'm saying? He gonna give y'all some monuments and some statues. You know what I'm saying? Hey. When was the Democratic Black History Month event? When was it?
They have plenty.
No, they haven't.
Yes. Oh, come
They
on,
ain't
man.
never had one.
I'm gonna have to Google this for you, man. They've had plenty. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, though,
events at the White House.
at the White House, we can look it up. We can look it up.
Go ahead. I'll give you some time.
Now here's the thing. since you done started, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm just saying, man, you got to pick a struggle, baby. You know, that's all I'm saying. You got to pick a struggle. You said the man was canceling Black History Month. He popped out Black History Month with a whole.
Like I said, if see, hey, I like black people was a person, that would be it. Because at the end of the day, he's sitting up there, he's threatening schools. They have 2 weeks to cease teaching any type of Black history stuff, and they got rid of it in Florida, you know what I'm saying? But they come out with an event. Also, they're pretty much threatening civil rights to not only Black Americans, but LGBTQ, all types of different minority groups. But they come out with this event. But you know, hey
bro,
at least somebody gets it. And then at the same time,
we're gonna talk about LGBT.
Okay, well then here's the thing for some of y'all, I got some smoke for some of y'all FBI for FBAs for the same vitriol that you guys had for Kamala. It should be thrown at Tiger Woods because that dude looked mad uncomfortable up there. You know what I'm saying? He looked like, what am I doing here? What did you didn't tell me it was going to be Tyrone and Taniqua and Lily. I didn't know they were going to be here. What's going on, Mr. President? I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad to be here amongst all you.
Yeah, man.
What? You know what I mean? Like
we ain't never claimed Tiger as black. You know what I'm saying? We knew he was tripping. He said it. You know what I'm saying? Once you denounce your blackness, you done. You know what I'm saying? You got to do a whole lot to get back over on this side, man. We ain't got no vitriol.
Nah, you let OJ back willingly.
Hey man, look, OJ is something totally different, bro.
I'm not black, I'm OJ. Okay.
Yeah, nah, for real. You know what I'm saying? OJ brought his black ass on back, didn't he? You know what I'm saying? He went got the blackest of the black. He got Johnny Cochran in it, some foundational Black American greatness to get him.
He had no choice. Where else was he going to go? The Asians? Where was he going?
Me personally, I'd have grabbed me a different persuasion lawyer. You know what I'm saying? A good one. You know, he took his chances with the brothers, and we appreciate him. You know what I'm saying? And he showed up with the NOI every day to court. Boy, they was going crazy.
Actually, that was Robert Shapiro who actually suggested Johnny Cochran, and because OJ was kind of worried about that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. It's a different type of thing. Shout out to the People versus OJ Simpson. Shout out to all the documentaries and the books. Interesting, but like I said, man, at least OJ still somewhat kind of like claimed, black. Even though he fronted. Tiger Woods don't even hide it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
who you seen out there talking about? Oh yeah, it's Tiger. Ain't nobody said that shit. Ain't nobody said that shit, bro. Ain't nobody said, man, did you see Tiger Woods at the White House? That's my dude. Nobody said that. No one, absolutely no one. Even Kodak Black. Nobody said, oh look, there's Kodak Black. We don't give a damn about this.
Right. Very true. Very, very true.
Nobody was excited about that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but on a brighter note, what's her name? Netta King. I forgot her name. But she's a Republican descent. She's a relative of Martin Luther King. She's up there doing some work, you know what I'm saying, on our behalf, you know what I mean, talking at the White House, trying to get some predominantly black agendas going across. Because this be my point. I know you guys don't like the big orange Cheeto, and that's fine. You know what I mean? It's cool. But somebody got to talk. We can't all be mad and sit over here and just say, hey, he's this, he's that, he's whatever.
No,
And
I
nobody
100%
go up
agree.
there
I 100%
and
agree.
participate for no policies for us. You know what I'm saying?
100%
That's
agree.
always been my only issue. You can't ostracize the man so bad that none of us go up there to talk and try to get nothing done, because he at the end of the day he's still a businessman. So somebody got to advocate for us.
So I mean, you're gonna have to figure out if you're going there with good, pure intents, like solely that's your sole agenda. You're gonna fail. In dealing with a cat like him, you're gonna have to slick a can of oil. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to try to finagle your way in it to try to get something for us, because I mean, again, history repeats and shows itself. Dude set up there, he had lawsuits because he was discriminating against black tenants in his apartments, him and his father. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, we all know how it goes. You know what I mean? You get the dude who has prejudices against certain people, and then when he get called out, he gonna pull a Tiger Woods, call that black. See, no, I like black people, but then you turn around and do stuff that undermines and underhands them. You know what I mean? And it's to the detriment of the people. You know what I mean? So I call bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I always do.
Man, the way you frame stuff is amazing. I just want you to know that. The way you frame it is just magical. Yeah, you should get a job at CNN. You know what I'm saying?
Oh Lord. You are not about to tech me, Mr.
I'm just
FBA.
saying, the way you set up your points of view are magical.
No, I mean, but at the end of the day, I mean, again, you're talking about somebody who I truly believe doesn't have a soul. Now, this goes beyond Democrat, Republican, Independent, whatever. It goes beyond that. I believe that this man right here only has one agenda and one agenda only, and that's himself. You know what I'm saying? This is the guy that thinks green. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day,
can I ask you an honest question, sir? Did you vote for Joe Biden?
I did.
And didn't Joe Biden do something to undermine black people specifically?
Kinda.
No, ain't no kinda. Don't back out of this one, player.
He didn't write it.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
It wind up hurting us in the long run, yes.
In the long run, for a long time, for a long run, not in the long run, but for a long run, it hurt us. You know what I'm saying? And if you can get over that, you can get over some niggas not getting a place in the neighborhood that they probably didn't want to stay in. No goddamn.
So I'm gonna flip it to you, and I'm gonna flip it to you.
You tell me.
Because again, you claim to love black people.
Absolutely. I don't claim. I live it.
All right. So
give it to me.
If you have somebody that came over and did something to your moms, did something to you, personally, specifically, that affected you, because again, the crime bill that you're talking about is a slippery slope. You know what I mean? It's a real slippery slope. But if you're talking about stuff that's going to definitely affect you per se, and it has affected you, you're still going to be cool with that dude.
Right. That's why I didn't vote for Biden. Exactly. That's exactly my point.
So my thing is like this, man. Here's and here's where people are gonna be mad at me. All right.
Come on.
Again, was the crime bill wrong? Yes.
Absolutely.
100%. 100%. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, did the crime bill affect me? No. Because here's the thing, at the end of the day, you have to be held accountable for some of the ish that you do. If you're doing no, hear me out, because again, it's a slippery slope. I told you, no matter how you cut it, it's slippery. Because at the end of the day, no, hear me out, because you're shaking your head and you're not hearing what I'm saying. Because again, if you're getting caught with weed and you're getting caught for non-violent offenses, yes, they tacked on astronomical numbers, and it was like really just beyond cruel. If we're going to keep it a buck, and they specifically targeted a specific group. All right. So, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
This this is why people gonna be mad at you, sir.
Okay.
Because you just explained why your point didn't make no sense while explaining your point, right?
Hey,
You just explained that they pass out astronomical numbers for
so
non-violent offenses. That you just said that they racially targeted a specific group of
they
people, but
profile.
we needed to be held accountable for smoking weed and doing things
No,
of that nature.
not
That's what you
that's what I'm
said.
saying. So it's a little slippery. It's a little slippery. With I'm gonna keep saying it's slippery. I'm gonna keep saying it's slippery. Smoking weed. Wait. Smoking weed is different as opposed to selling, or as opposed to robbing, or as opposed to committing any other type of crime. You know what I'm saying? So,
third, let's be realistic. If you had a dime bag in your pocket, right, because you like to smoke weed,
okay,
and you get pulled over and get arrested, is it not easy to put in the paperwork intent to sell?
yeah,
Because of the type of packaging it was
yeah.
in. A lot of that was happening, right? So a lot of people that were
Word.
just smoking weed, right? They were just smoking weed, was going to jail for distribution.
So again,
on shit like smaller than an ounce.
So again, it's a slippery slope. However you cut it. So how many of them wasn't smoking? How many of them wasn't smoking? And how many of them was selling? You got it. It's
so
again.
okay,
I get where you're going.
Let me do one of my third degree frames then. So these individuals that got these extended prison sentences, right, which broke up families, which broke up homes, which made it harder for people to reintroduce themselves back into society at a productive rate, right?
Right.
That is worse than you not being able to live in an apartment complex.
Nah.
Think about it.
It's not.
It's not worse than that not being able to live in an apartment complex.
Nah.
It's way worse.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all.
Yeah, for those who are innocent, bro.
No, even for the ones that's guilty.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're guilty to what extent? If we've already proven.
But again, so if we're talking about victim of circumstances, if we're talking about product of our environments, what if some of these people are trying to better themselves or trying to get out, whatever, and you're getting denied stuff because of the color of your skin? It's not as back to the hood that you go.
You was getting arrested because of the color of your skin.
Very true. That's bro. No matter how you cut it, we got a show to start. We got a show to start. But it's a slippery, it's a slippery slope. Because I feel you.
It's slippery to me.
Hey, because you're always gonna see it one dimensional. You're always gonna see it one dimensional.
I'm looking at your view. I'm just trying to.
Nah, fam. You're always gonna see it. You're always gonna see it one dimensional because it's like you're trying to stand on your business and your principles. I get it, but at the end of the day, there has to be some accountability on some parts.
There always has to be. Ain't no sometimes there always has to be accountability.
Like I said, bro, you got points. There's no denying
all
that.
The accountability to be on the victims.
Oh no, for sure not. Again, let's clarify. There's victims, and then there's offenders. You know what I'm saying? So even those offenders, have received harsh punishments. There's no denying that. But still, let's not negate the fact that hey, there was offenses committed. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna be the one to turn up my nose, like, oh, they don't deserve a chance, and then I'm not gonna be the one to look down my nose on them. So let's keep it a buck with that. But if we're keeping it all the way funky, there was offenses that were committed. They got astronomical numbers. And Melvin, where the funk are you? Get your cheerleading ass out of the comment. I'm tired of you, man.
For real.
You part of the show, then you part of the show. You know what I mean?
And look, I got my Malcolm X mug today. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace.
Right. I ain't have a chance to go get my shirt. I had my, I was busy. I was trying to mess with your video that was too big to upload. You know what I mean? So
man. We do big boy work over here. Big body work. You know what I'm
saying? But shout out to Malcolm X. Our heroes up here, you know what I'm saying? Definitely one of our heroes. So, but we're definitely going to finish this discussion on a different thing. But tonight, what we're talking about, we're going to try to get into the whole is being a stepdad and mental illness because we didn't have no time to get into it last week.
Yeah, let's
You know,
get to it.
we're going to talk about genealogy, finding your roots. You know, we had a back by popular demand. I'm just giving her some time to get situated and get settled in. But you know, we had genealogist Regina Calloway on here, who was up here dropping jewels and dropping gems. You know what I'm saying, about finding your roots. You know, and I gotta take some accountability and rephrase a little bit. When I said FBA versus African ancestry, it's not necessarily meant to be a battle. It's just basically a thing of what conflicting ideologies to some degree. But at the end of the day, however you cut it, you know what I'm saying, you're still discovering and you're finding your roots. If you're looking at it from an FBA standpoint, I really encourage, you know, my brothers out there to not just go with what's being presented to you and you're regurgitating some stuff. Actually do some research. You actually read, you know, if it's imploring you to actually dig deep inside your actual family history and talking to ancestors, not ancestors but relatives like the elders, whatever, I encourage you to do so. You know what I mean? Find your senses, find everything that pertains to your history, because at some point it may be lost. And if you're looking at it from an African standpoint, I that's one of the questions I do want to ask the genealogist when she gets on here. But if you're looking at it from a standpoint, just remember that, you know, there is a point of origin of where you came from. And you know what I'm saying? And so just for certain people, your roots dig deeper than America. And it's about connecting with that part of you to actually know where you come from. You know what I'm saying? To actually find your pivotal, or I guess your figurative, like Kunti can say.
Sorry, the queen is asleep. My kids going crazy.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what's going on. Man, they going.
I hear it.
Yeah, you hear that's Shanti raising hell.
I hear it.
You know what I'm saying? Hold on, man.
That's Tisha's favorite right there. Go ahead, do your thing. I'm gonna get some disclaimers. You know, if you guys are on Facebook, make sure you guys are hitting the like, share button or the love button. Tap that screen, hit that love button. Make sure that you're sharing it. If you want to come on and become a guest or come on as a guest, I have the link in the comment section. Just know that if you tap that link, that, you know, if you're using your phone, you have to use headphones. They will work as a microphone. They will pick up any and everything that you say. Make sure that you're in a nice, quiet spot. Make sure that you have your Wi-Fi popping, because we don't want any glitches or any type of disturbances or disruptions for the show. Also, make sure that you keep your noises in the background to a minimum, because if you're talking or other people are talking, we want to give people a chance to actually speak. Also, too, you know, if there may be a topic that you disagree or you feel passionate about, that's cool, that's fine. But just please remember to keep it respectful. Remember that this is a thoughts, views, and opinions. It's a safe space where you can express that. Nobody should be attacked by it. But if it's outright hate, like, I hate a specific group of people or this and that, then I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to cut you, because that's not what we practice over here. Everybody's welcome here. I want everybody to feel, at home, because like our cousin said, last week, this is like a Fish Fry Fridays where we meet, we fellowship, we talk, and we unwind after a long week. If you're on YouTube, thank you. The numbers have been great. Make sure you hit the like, share, subscribe, and the notification button. Also, too, I'm trying something new. I think I have the link in the description. So if you want to come on as a guest, you can hit that link in the description, and just make sure same rules apply. Make sure that you're in a nice spot with Wi-Fi. There's not too much going on behind you. Like Quez likes to famously say, this is a production. So yeah, go ahead.
That's why I just told my kids, it's a production. Shut y'all asses up. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, y'all. No, I'm back.
I did want to mention something about the government giving the education system 2 weeks for Black History Month. There's only 2 weeks left.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we got, So usually schools, if they actually do participate in Black History Month, it'll be over by then. Just saying.
It shouldn't be over with, period. You know what I mean? Period. But that's Quez's boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he gonna be at the White House next. In his,
hey, man, if they invite me, I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna campaign for y'all, and I'm gonna say, and when
in his Cheeto outfit,
when you do pass out the checks, just give me thirds too, because he don't believe me. You know what I'm saying? So, let me get his too. You know what I'm saying? Anybody else who complain, let me just get their checks. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but real talk though. Like I said, man, we after we get done responding emotionally, we do have to have a war of the words, man. And we need some educated wordsmiths up there participating on our behalf that's not going to get emotional by suspected white supremacists doing what they always do, because that's how they get us out of the paint. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it is getting us to react emotionally so that they can say, see, look at black people. They always get you tripping. They burning down their own neighborhoods and woo, 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 whatever. No, we need somebody to go up there and educatedly, you know what I'm saying, advocate for us, you know, even in the enemy's territory. Because that's a lot of wars are fought.
I agree with you on that.
Any arms are brought out. So
I agree with you.
We need somebody that after the emotional shit done, who gonna be up there, you know, advocating for policy, because he is the man in charge right now. Whether y'all like it or not, y'all gonna complain
whether you like it or not.
Or is somebody gonna go up there and talk on our behalf and say, hey, look, these people don't like you, but this is some things that you can do to make the transition in the next 4 years smooth for you, so you're not getting battled at every step of the way. That maybe you can induct these policies to help certain communities, or you know what I'm saying, certain economic, like there's things that can be done. But if we always emotional and talking about all the shit that he doing, and it ain't nobody but them up there talking because we don't want to talk to them, then we don't get shit.
True.
That's usually how that works.
Very true.
Yeah.
But with that said, let's get into a little bit of promo. Yeah.
You're wasting time.
Hello, family. I'm Marquez.
Hey, you guys, and I'm Denisha.
We all want the best for our children, right? Security, opportunities, and a future filled with endless possibilities.
That's right, but here's the question. What are you doing today to create that future? Imagine building a business that creates generational wealth, leaving a legacy that grows even when you're not working, showing your children what it means to dream big and take action.
That's right. With Planet Marketing, we offer you the opportunity to earn income while still being present with and for your family. We show you how to invest in their future while securing your own, and teach them by example what financial freedom should look like.
And don't just tell your kids to dream big, show them how it's done.
That's right. Comment below, or
you could just message us for a direct link to our presentation.
And we are back. I mean, we are back. Oh, man. So, why the hell is it so big? What the fuck is going on? I didn't. You see what the hell's going on between the sheets of someone's home?
Okay, Mr. Biggs. You know what I'm saying? Hey, with this being a production, nobody knows anything's wrong till you say it. Just keep moving, sir.
That was huge. So, with that being said, we were trying to basically, there we go. Now, we were basically trying to talk about a subject last week that has been kind of like a hot topic. I think it kind of fizzled out a little bit. But, you know, TK Kirkland had created some controversy making these comments about being a stepfather. So we will play the clip and we will go into what was said and we will dissect it. You know what I'm saying? Whether we agree or disagree.
When you're raising another man's child, that's mental illness.
Have you ever tried to do that?
That's crazy. I've done that.
Oh, you've done. Okay, speaking from experience. Okay,
yeah,
got it.
It's mental illness. It's really one of the worst things you could do.
Raising another man's child is mental illness.
It's mental illness.
Explain.
Because
please.
you're raising something that don't belong to you. That's some horrible shit to pretend. That's like a gay man who wants to be a woman, or a woman who wants to be a man. You're pretending to be something that's not natural. And nobody talks about it in our community. We men think that's what they should do. And you know what happens? Financial fucking debt. And then when your money is out, the pressure that's on you, the stress, you end up dying early. And you out of here. And don't nobody give a fuck. And the kids will love you, yeah, if you're a good person. But there's not stress. You ever notice that you can be a stepfather and the dad, the birth father ain't shit, but they still love that motherfucker like he paid the rent.
Right.
It's still an
groceries in the house.
It's still emotional
they still show love to dad.
Because that's their daddy.
Exactly.
No matter what.
Why should you go through that?
So, you know what? We'll ask the ladies first on this one. Jess, what are your thoughts?
He's a fool. So, any woman that wants to adopt, don't get with this man, because you're raising another man's child. You know, just stupid. It's just dumb. Like, did you marry the woman? Because if you did, guess what? There is tax credit if you are raising that child. If that child is in your home for 50% of the time, or 50% of the year or more, you get a tax credit. So how are you losing money? How? And it's a blessing to have a child. Raising a child, he must not like kids. That's what I get from it. He don't like kids.
I hate when Quest does these pregnant pauses and he laughing and shit, like not saying shit.
Well, I would let Jess get her issue, man.
He's just a fool.
Yeah. Whew.
So Quest, I'm not sure if you had a stepfather, but I know we talked about it openly on this show. You have been a stepfather. So
Absolutely.
How do you feel about that statement that was made?
To say it's a mental illness is asinine. You know what I'm saying? To put it in that category. Now, if you would say it was an unlikely scenario, or not your dream plan of a family, I could understand that. But to put it in the category of having a mental illness, and this is, to be honest, with the community, with people that think like this is what's wrong with the community, because we've lost the sense of village, right? We've lost that sense. Nobody had to appoint you to be an elder. Nobody had to appoint you to be a reputable person in the community for you to listen to them, for you to get tutelage from them, from you to get guidance and love from them. That's like saying some of my friends' mothers are, mentally ill for helping me as if I was their child. Because there's been plenty of other mothers outside of my own that have, protected and nurtured me in the same regard as if I was one of her children, and looked out for me as such and reprimanded me as such, right? Does she have a mental illness? The point of the community is that every household, whether you have a father there, whether you have your mother there, the community should still be able to take care of you. And that's the problem. There's a lot of individualism out here. Well, that ain't my kid. And then there's on the other side, they're my kids. You ain't their daddy. You ain't their mama. Don't say shit to them. There's a lot of that going on. And then we wonder why these children are running around here not respecting other adult figures, why they're not responding to authority, whether warranted or unwarranted, because we have no sense of community. And when you make statements like that, and you have other black men in the background talking about amen, and yeah, all you niggas is retarded. You guys are the ones with the mental illness. You know what I'm saying? Because if God placed you in a position to raise someone else's child, and you should allow their biological father, whether they ain't shit or not, to be in their life responsibly, right? Not in their life causing trauma and heartache and pain, but if they're responsible, even if they only show up every so often, you let that child build their own understanding for that man, and
Very
then
true.
they can deal with that when they get there. But your job is to, you know what I'm saying, provide guidance and leadership to the individuals that you're in charge of. That's a responsibility, not a mental illness. That's why I was looking like that, because that shit was stupid to me.
It's horribly stupid. And for as intelligent as TK Kirkland is, for those words to come out of his mouth, I'm kind of like shocked and appalled. You know, because he talks to me with some sense most of the time. But with this being said, I mean, I still don't really even know who TK Kirkland is, like as far as like his acting credits, like what movies he's been in, with shows, you know what I'm saying? But apparently he's been around, you know what I mean? So I just know him from Vlad TV, you know what I mean? But as somebody who was raised by a step parent, I'm going to say that it takes a special kind of person to step in and raise somebody else's kids. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that you have to deal with some of the stuff that he was talking about, knowing that you may have to deal with some insecurities or some certain things, whatever baggage may come along with that. Not necessarily mean to say baggage in a negative term, but you know, again, there's some type of excess that may come with it. And so for those who actually step up and they do it without a problem, you know, for the ones who actually take the time to love the kids as if they're their own, I can say personally, right here live on this podcast, I wouldn't be shit without my step pops. You know what I'm saying? From the time that he was married to my mom, he stepped in at a critical, crucial time. A lot of the stuff that you see me, hear me talk, I mean, I got it from him. He had to show me how to be not only street smart but book smart. Both my parents. He told me to walk with my head high. He was the one instilling what kind of like my grandfather was instilling it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are a king. You come from a land of kings and queens. Never walk with your head down. Not look another black man in his eye. Give respect. Be a good person. Be a gentleman. This is how you approach women. This is what you do. And then, he was there when my first shot, as far as like basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. So I think I try to imagine what life would be without him. And you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to give kudos for people like that, because he took on a woman with 3 kids, you know what I'm saying? And he loved them as if they were his without a second drop. And I mean, even still to this day, you can't tell him ish about me. You know what I'm saying? Like, let there be anything, that's not he'll curse you out. No, that's my son. That's my firstborn son. And, he'll go ape shit over anybody that tries to step to me or whatever. They don't want it with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's that dude. And we still have a good relationship to this day. Like, one of my good friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a lot of respect for that man. And if I need anything right now, I can call him. You know what I'm saying? I know I can depend on him. And that's the key word I got to stress to, men particular. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're a step, whether you're biological, the one thing that we as children we're looking for from men is for you to be dependable, reliable and dependable, for you to actually be there. You know what I'm saying? It's not about the toys, not about the money that you're putting in somebody's pockets or in somebody's hands. It's about you being reliable and being dependable. At those moments when we need guidance, where we need someone to step up and be there, we're looking for someone to be there, So I don't know. I gotta strongly disagree with brother TK with this one. You know what I'm saying? And I mean,
strongly is not the word.
He's a fool.
I flat out disagree. Flat out. There ain't even no strongly. It's just, like I said, the message was irresponsible. Because if we're looking at it, we complain about these fatherless households, right? The reason why our communities are in such disarray. And I'm not telling you got to sign up and go find you a chick with 3 kids and, go take care of her and her kids, because let's be honest. Some of these women, even if you did show up with that intent, it's not going to work out well. Just being honest. But if you are in a healthy relationship and your stepchildren and you have equal respect across the board in that household, it is your responsibility to take care of those children. And you shouldn't feel bad about that. You shouldn't have no qualms about that not being your child. Everybody knows it's not your child. That's fine. But are you gonna love them any less? Like if you seen a kid finna get ran over by a car, you're like, oh shit, ain't my kid. Is that the energy we going with? Because that's what that turns into. It starts at level one, and then it turns into, well, shit, somebody kid over there getting jumped. Ain't my kid. Somebody kid over there finna get into it with the police. Fuck it. Ain't my kid. Yeah, all that, you know what I'm saying? These little nuances create a negative vibe in the community, and we can't continue with that. We know them ain't your kids. That's fine. But you still have a responsibility to help the community, even if they're not your children. There's no way in the world I would see another black kid running around me in danger and I don't step in to some degree. You know what I'm saying? As long as they ain't doing nothing reckless, like pointing no guns and shit, I'm not jumping in front of no bullets. So if your kids out here shooting at people, I mean, shit. Yeah, he long past gone. But if it's something that I can control and contain, I'm always there. Period. And we should all feel like that as men. You know what I'm saying? Our job is to protect the women and children of our communities. And to say something like that is, man, smack the shit out of TK Kirk. Sorry, I won't do that.
Yeah, man. I think that's something that we all strongly agree with. And again, and circumstances happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, God forbid, but spouses become wives become widows. You know what I'm saying? Especially within the military. Anything could happen, health, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And who's to say that you're denying that woman of love or denying her of a second chance or of you even just being a good man, period? You know what I'm saying? And so what if you're needed? What if that's your purpose in life is to be an example of what it means to be a man, for this woman's children, whether it be the sons in the household, whether it be the girls in the household. Because a lot of what the future holds as far as when it comes to children is going to be based off of the relationship that they see their mothers having. I mean, I think we've seen it before. Some women they succumb to what they know. You know what I'm saying? Like if they see their mothers bringing in ain't shit dudes and whatever, then they kind of repeat the cycle sometimes. And then you have some who want to break the cycle and they go from far away from whatever it is that they see. But I think that if you have a good example of what it means to be a good man, like for especially for these girls, like this is the type of man that you should be looking for. Or for the boys, this is the type of man that you should be. And you have to be that prime example by loving that woman, you know what I'm saying? And then instilling that. And then have a relationship with those kids. Those kids should be able to come talk to you about anything. Because you guys are sharing a household. You guys are sharing air. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be anything that those kids shouldn't be able to come and talk to you about. And no, you're not necessarily coming in to take or replace the original parent per se. You know what I'm saying? But you're a bonus parent. If they need anything, that they know that they can come to you, they have additional support. And just like Quez said, it definitely takes a village. My mom had a strong village around her. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure Quez had a strong village. Jess had a strong village. You know what I'm saying? Like, it does take people stepping in and loving and showing those kids some type of love.
I got a quick question.
Yes, sir.
Why isn't that same sentiment passed on to the other gender? Nobody would ever tell a woman that she was mentally ill for dating a man with children and taking care of those children.
That
I've never heard it.
Me neither.
Never.
I'm gonna take that back. I've heard some women put down some others because of a man had kids. Oh, how many baby mamas he got? Or he got kids. I heard that before, but yeah, never to that extent to where like it's a mental illness for you to take on somebody else's kids.
And
from the
I'm
opposite sex.
just curious because if it was a mental illness, it would have to be on both sides, right? Just theoretically thinking.
But you know how it is, man. You know, the dudes get called simps. They get called, suckers and all this other stuff. If you show any type of emotion or affection to a woman, I guess in this point to kids that aren't yours. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of weird to me.
Yeah, it's hella weird.
I also feel like for women, it's looked on as our duty still, even in this day and age. It's our duty to take care of children, no matter what.
Let me piggyback off that real quick, Jess. So why do you feel like it's your duty?
Because we birth children.
Well, what about the ones who can't necessarily, birth children?
They could still have that motherly instinct.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of them do.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Just like as fathers, you have a paternal instinct to protect and teach and raise children as well. You know what I mean? Maybe from a different standpoint, it may not be as nurturing, but men have the same desires when it comes to children in their roles, or set governed roles, or whatever the case. Y'all may want to argue about that, but innately, we are naturally wanting to teach younger men how to be better men than us. That's just naturally what we do, whether we have children or not. A lot of times, right? There's a lot of men that I know, that I have known when I was coming up, who may have not had their own children, but still poured into me from a regard as a father, without knowing how to be a father, but just all out genuine love to not want to see me go down the wrong path. So it's just a sense of responsibility, man. And to me, it sounds like bro running. Yeah, if you don't want to be responsible, just say that. Don't project your shit onto the rest of us, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because some of us is out here doing God's work, man. I promise you, that's how I feel. Some of us out here doing God's work. You know what I mean? Because otherwise, you'd be complaining about them same little niggas in the street. Like, shit, where the fuck is daddy at?
Oh,
well, he said stepdaddies is goddamn mentally ill if somebody tried to step in and be a stepdaddy and guide him. You know what I'm saying? And don't complain about them same niggas when you see them in the streets and they bust you over your goddamn head. You got to choose one.
Right.
That part.
I agree. Mm-hmm. Well, we gotta, while we're waiting for our family member Regina to come on. We're gonna get through some of these topics, and if we cut one off midway, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We're still a work in progress. But the segue with one of the other topics is should races have a pass to use the N-word? And here goes this dude over here. Yeah. So with that being said, we're gonna just go ahead and just drop some more promo, and we'll be right back.
So listen, if you're looking for us, we're looking for you. If you're tired of the everyday, having more months left than money, different things, telling your children no, not because they don't deserve it, but because you don't have it. If that's you, we're looking for you because we want to help you, because that was once us, right? Also, the time is now. The time is now. If you've been going through life and you feel like you've been losing, you already been losing, why not win? This is your stage. This is your time. You saw all those people. It was their time. Now it's your time. And you've caught this opportunity on time. So listen, the time is now. And I would tell anyone, if you've talked to anyone who is with this company, Planet Marketing, and you're on the fence and you're straddling the fence, get off the fence. Because the opportunity of a lifetime is seized in the lifetime of the opportunity. And a lot of times we hear the acronym of POUR, passing over opportunities repeatedly. Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. This business has truly changed our lives. And I can attest to so many other people in the business whose lives it changed as well. I would tell our story, but that would take that's for another day. However, understand, we're here to help you, guide you, and make sure that you win, because that's what we're truly passionate about. We want to help people, and it's just that simple.
Yeah.
You're wasting time.
And we are back. Man. So
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that.
No doubt. You know, I got you. This is what it's all about. We network around here. So, shout out to those out there. If you guys got something that you guys want to promote, if you guys want us to run it across during the show, just hit me up at dropyour3cent@gmail.com. You know, or just scream at me if you're on Facebook, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We can work something out. We can get it posted. Make sure you just give me the material what you need. I can try to work it and we can incorporate it into the show. But that's all what it's all about: networking, supporting, and working together as a village.
Yeah.
But yeah,
my kids giving me hell today. My son calling, texting.
Yeah. Well, for real quick, I got to shout out Jess. You know what I'm saying? The past week she had like multiple orders for Valentine's Day. You know what I'm saying? And she just completed like a cupcake order just yesterday for her birthday. So I've been seeing the girl work day and night. You know, just like Mike said, she's been working day and night trying to get it popping. You know what I'm saying? She was getting it popping. So shout out to Miss Jessica over here.
Man, big ups, man. I told you, take that momentum, man, and drive it for the rest of the year.
Yep.
Drive it for the rest of the year, man. Make them stand on it. You know
exactly.
I mean? You got this. You ain't said shit slick to the can of oil, man. Get out there and get that money, Jazz. Get that money. Don't let the money get you. Ain't that what they said, Players Club? You know what I'm saying?
So with that being said, real quick, we're gonna dive into some real quick. Cousin said that she's available now, but we're gonna segue into her. I'm gonna tell her to go ahead and chill a little bit, get to where she needs to get to, because she's rolling. Normally we don't do the whole, while somebody's in the car or whatever, because it's a distraction. So I'm gonna give her a little bit more time, you know what I'm saying, to make sure she gets to where she needs to get to safely. And then maybe for like the last 30 minutes, we can talk about genealogy, because I made an interesting discovery today. But with that being said, I am third degree. I'm a hip hop artist. I have been around. I've used the word. I've been around folks who've used the word, but the N word is still a controversial thing. We have people who use it and, for good and bad, but we also have other races who use it. But here goes a clip of something that popped off, and I like the way how Ice handled it. And I think he gave a reasonable explanation, but we still need to see, or we want to talk about, should there be an N-word pass?
I love your show. You got a great show.
Thank you.
But you be bucking up against that line a little bit. You got a lot of black jokes. You know what I'm saying? You do.
Well, against racists. Not, yes.
Sometimes you sound like a redneck trucker up
No,
here.
I don't.
Yes, you do.
Now that I
Yes,
gotta.
you do.
No, I don't. That
Yes,
I gotta
you do.
push back on.
All right, it's my opinion.
Okay, it is.
I like your show, to be honest. I just want to know 2 questions. What made you think that it was cool to say that?
There was no thought put into it. Obviously, I was telling Dr. Dyson, comedians, they react. And it was wrong, and I apologized. And more than that, I can't do.
I accept your apology. But I still think we need to get to the root of the psyche, because I think it's a lot of guys out there who cross the line because they a little too familiar, or they think they too familiar, or it's guys that might have a black girlfriend or two that made them some Kool-Aid every now and then, and they think they can cross the line, and they can't. It's a word that has been used against us. It's like a knife, man. And you can use it as a weapon or you can use it as a tool. It's been used as a weapon against us by white people. And we're not gonna let that happen again by nobody, because it's not cool. Now, I know you heard it's in the lexicon, everybody talking, but that's our word now. That's our word now. And you can't have it back.
Welcome, Adoration. Welcome.
What's up, Adoration?
Thank you.
Always late to the 40. How
My
you
brother,
doing?
I forgot. My brother reminded me. He said something about the 3 cents, and I was like, wait, bro.
Well, shout out to the brother. So, what are your guys' thoughts on what transpired? Should there be an N-word pass?
I like
That guy's
how
right though.
I like how Ice Cube his perspective is that that's our word and they can't get it back. I like that.
I agree with that.
Federation?
Well, I guess I'm a little bit confused. The guy in question is a white man.
So a little backstory. Bill Maher, I think, had said it. I think he was doing it as a joke or something like that. He said he used it and created a controversy around it. It's an old thing, but it's kind of been resurfacing as of late, especially with the climate that we're in. And this has been bringing on pretty good topics and discussions. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen people bringing up old clips of Tupac when he was explaining to the Tabitha Soren, saying that, because he went to jail, and as when he was stepping into jail, they were saying like, oh, there goes the rich Nigger, and he's like, oh, you just called me the N-word, and she was like, well, you have the N-word in your songs, and he said no, he broke down and said no, I say Nigga. He said GR are the ones who are hanging from ropes. He said that GGAs are the ones who got gold ropes hanging from their necks, hanging out in the club. He was pretty much saying that it differentiates how we use it versus how it's used against us.
Okay,
So
absolutely agree. I mean, yeah, I don't condone particularly white Americans. Thing is, growing up abroad, a lot of people are very into Black culture, hip hop culture, and a lot of people use the word as like they don't understand. And a friend of ours, we were at dinner the other day, asked that same question. He's like, why is it like, oh, this person can't say it, but this person can say it? And yeah, we told him straight up, no, that is a word that us Black people, we can use amongst each other. This is something that we use as terms of endearment because we understand it. I told him for white Americans in particular, I told him, we know. I told him when you're in a cultural hub, you know what stuff means. So there is no path that a white American is in. I told him now another person might not understand. But if you want to come to me and sit down, friend to friend, be like, can I use this? No. Probably no. Especially depending on your mindset. Now, I know people who, like, at the clubs and stuff, when we're singing the line, they're just loving it. They don't get it. I'm not going to sit there and go be, attacking everybody. I'm like, yeah, let's just have some fun. But, person to person, especially, like, depending on the country I am and the climate of racism, I understand, where you're coming from when you say it. So, yeah, white Americans, no. We understand. We live in this climate where this is the status quo. So no.
So Akira says deep self-hatred. Expunge on that a little bit. Next punch, but expound on it. My fault. I'm a little tired.
You're gonna have to type some more. You can't just
yeah
bar in there and then
so my thing is so why and I not so much as like the white races, because we have Mexican friends who say it, we have Asian friends and whatever, and I always gotta correct them, but why do they feel the need to say it? And I knew somebody who's in the filmmaking industry who had used that word, and when that person got called out on that word, it seems to be a typical thing of white Americans, or where they want to get mad and what's up with the racist though? Why you have to be racist? I'm like, but biatch, you just said the word. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just said it. So why are you taking offense and I'm taking offense? I should be jovial and be cool with you with that. And then my thing is like this. It's like then they want to try to reverse it. Well, you use it in music and it said this and it's that, and it's like, my thing is, why do you feel the need to say it? Why do you equate being black as to using that word? And I think, again, it's one of those things where people want to emulate us, but again, it's just kind of crazy.
I will say, Gen Z don't care. They're saying it. Everybody.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're growing up on it, and Gen Z. I mean, I'm nearly Gen Z, but the younger generation, let's say the kids, the teenagers, they have to be taught either one way or the other. You know what I mean? Somebody has to tell
them.
Even
if they're taught. Even if they're taught. I taught my kids, but they're like.
I mean, your kids are black, though. That's the thing. Your kids are black. So it is different. It's different.
But they're okay with their friends using those words and using that word, and they're not the same race.
See, and I understand that. Therein lies the problem, because this should be a conversation held at home, right? Like, nobody gets a pass, right? That's my whole thing. We talk about different generations, different ethnic groups, different parts of the world. Don't give a damn. Can't none of y'all use it, period. And if you do, use it at your own risk. You can use it around the safety of your friends if they allow you to, but you can't get mad if you say it around somebody like me and I punch you in your shit. Like that's true. Because you haven't earned the right to say that. You haven't gone through the traumatic experiences that were brought upon a whole generation of people, and the problem, even with the apology that we just watched in that clip, the arrogance of Lamar was like, well, I didn't think, I just said it, and if that's how you feel, like the arrogance of individuals feeling like they have some authoritative right to whatever's black. It's not even just that word. It's just the culture in whole. Everybody feels like they have. We can just say, because you're saying it. You just need to let us be a part of. We're the only people who share like that. Like you said, Adoration, you way on the other side of the world. American hip hop culture is what is going across the world, right?
It's everything.
It's everything, right? That's because we share everything. But when we start to safeguard and keep our things for us, then people feel like they have some type of ownership in it as well, which is, beyond me. I don't see where people find the audacity to even have that type of arrogance when discussing it. You should be coming with a sense of reverence when somebody call you out on your bullshit. And
I mean, absolutely.
I'm not fucking with it. I don't give nobody a pass. You ain't no pass.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick. So you know what, Okira? So if you go to my description on YouTube, or if you're watching it from YouTube, then there's a link that you can click on if you want to come on as a guest. Just make sure that if you're using your phone, you got to use your headphones because it works as a microphone. Make sure that you're in a nice spot where there's Wi-Fi. Make sure that there's not a lot of noise in the background, because this is a production, and this can get clipped up and go all over the world. So the link is in the comment section or in the description section, but I'm gonna read what you're saying here. the more exact term is menticide. It's a constant feeding of the mind to destroy the collective mind. Anyone that's using the word is dealing with a severely damaged mind. The mind is in an inverted position. I feel you. I hear you. But I think to a certain extent, oh, Sister Calloway, we're waiting on you. We just want to make sure that you say, we're getting these other topics out the way. But I think to kind of play advocate in a sense, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like one of those things where you're a product of your environment. I think to a certain extent, the hip hop generation, because I have to say hip hop generation because I'm part of it. We've taken that word that was so ugly and we used it and we've taken the power out of it. But we do know, like kind of what Quez was talking about, was that, there's people who have not necessarily earned that. You haven't gone through what we had to go through for that. So for me, there's a confliction because of how I was raised. You know what I'm saying? I was raised by, grandparents who didn't play that. But at the same time, I was on the opposite side of that. I'm from a different generation. You know what I'm saying? Like their generation is different from where mine is. So I'm not going to necessarily say there's a disconnect, but at the same time, I can understand both perspectives. And that's where we got to that's where we are as far as people. But as far as anybody that's outside of that, any race, it's just like me coming into your home and disrespecting. Why would I feel the need, if you're Mexican, for me to come over and use the B word or the S word, to try to describe you, or any type of derogatory or negative slur against anybody? Why would that be cool for
that
me?
That part.
You know what I'm saying? So why would you think that I would be cool with you saying that word to me? And especially if you come around my people, you come around my family, you come around my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we could be friends, we could be cool, but if you have that friendship, if you have that love for me, then you would not use that word, because at the end of the day, I'm not going to protect you. So you could be around somebody and you say that word, and if they go upside your head, then I mean,
well, that's my thing too. Like, if I've been around a lot of coaches. If there's some little term they call each other and they're like, "Oh no, you can't say that if you're not, one of us," I'm not gonna be mad. I'm gonna be like, "Okay." I mean, I don't,
Yeah, that's the problem. Because as soon as you say it, well, why can't I say it too?
Right, exactly.
You guys are all saying it. Let me say it. My
question is, so why is the need to say it? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is the need? What is the need? Why is there a need to say it? I never understood that.
Yeah, I don't. The thing is, like, I have to be honest. There's a very distinct line between American people, and when I say American people, I mean white people, Mexican. Everybody lives in America and knows. Because there is a reality outside of America where people they have no concept or idea. The only thing they know is Soulja Boy. They don't know. They listen to black music. Boy. They have no idea. They don't know nothing. They just know black people. Like they know black music.
Soulja Boy?
They know Soulja Boy. Absolutely. Absolutely. And they love them some Soulja Boy. They love them. Every superstar you forgot about, they love. Okay, Kendrick Lamar is the biggest thing trending all over the world right now. Everybody's on the step. The old white ladies in Ireland, Indian people.
That's understandable, but Soulja Boy,
they know Soulja Boy. Absolutely, Soulja Boy, Salento, Watch Me Whipping. They know everything. But Marlon
Wayans is roasting the Jesus out of Soulja Boy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh my god,
man! Shout out to Marlon Wayans for that, because sometimes you just gotta pop out the show.
But even globally, people know what's happened to Black Americans.
They do, but what I'm telling you is they have no idea how that word connects. Like if you were to explain
that to them. No,
I'm telling you. I'm
you're
telling
giving
you,
them a
Quez,
pass.
They don't know. Quez, they don't know. They have no idea.
Yes, they do.
Like there's the more smart ones, like the friend from yesterday. Listen. I mean, he doesn't really understand, but yeah, we explained to him. But he's the kind of person that knows enough to where I'm not giving that. I wouldn't give him. When I say I wouldn't give him a pass, I don't give people passes.
Miss Calloway, that's what we're talking about.
That's what we're talking about. We actually just showed the clip. Where you seen it was on my page. I reshared that clip, but I shared it on here too, and that's what we're actually talking about right now. Just let us know whenever you're ready. Okira says one needs to understand their own racial personality first. Second, you need to understand how many cells you have. I would love for you to come on and really just
I would
explain.
love for you to stop talking like the Riddler, and you know what I'm saying. I
No, I
understand
mean,
you be intelligent.
I think I understand.
I know I
But that's why
understand.
you come on
I'm
and
just saying,
explain
like,
it to the audience.
you can't just drop that without expounding upon it, because then you leave the rest up to interpretation. We don't know your dialect, your context, any of that when you make.
Like I said, the link is actually in the description. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, the link is actually in the comment section. Just like I said, make sure that nice quiet spot. The Wi-Fi is popping. You know what I'm saying, and you're no eating. That's one thing you can drink on here, but no eating. Because people will be watching you chew.
But not, Well, no, look, for real. If we would love to have you on the show so that we can gather the context of what you're speaking on. You know what I'm saying?
Is it a book that is it a book that you're reading, or is it a book that you're writing? If it's a book that you're writing, definitely come on the show, because we promote, we market, and we will push it. You know what I'm saying? And you can actually, we'll interview you, we'll put you in the hot seat, just like we did Sister Calloway, and we want to get more information about it. We can spread the word. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we do as a community on this show. We drop your 3 cents.
Okira, for sure. Where you at, Okira? So
writing. Okay, yeah. Where you at? Shout yourself out.
Yeah, where you at? So we can look at some of your work.
Go ahead, Jess.
So for myself, I do not use that word. I refuse to
well,
use
you're
that
Asian,
word.
so it's
Oh my
God.
You show my results already?
No, I did not.
Oh.
She's told on yourself. Right. She's told on herself. That's why Adoration's looking like, oh man, you fit in right good over here.
Hey, twin.
But yeah, I do not use that word. I refuse to use that word in my household. My kids most likely they were using it at school, you know. And like I said, Gen Z don't care. Everybody uses that word. So
unfortunately, I'm near Gen Z.
Yeah.
I actually use it. I'm a rapper as well. I use it as a term of endearment. I really
ain't rap nothing but some presents, man. Ain't nobody trying to hear
excuse me.
No, hey. You know what I'm saying?
My love, don't worry. My song will be coming out soon, and you will know.
She came on this show and dropped some bars. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna be on the GNX.
You gonna find out.
Okay.
Is Adoration gonna be my new favorite rapper?
You're gonna adore her. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, it says I'm in California. What part? Dope. We all have self-hatred, just different levels. I would disagree.
I agree with that.
I don't have no self-hate.
You hate something about
yourself. I agree with the fact that I can't.
If I can't hate nobody, then why would I hate myself? You know what I'm saying? There may be things that
you subconsciously, sir. You do. Right. You hate something about you.
But
hate something about me.
Here's my thing,
I don't think so.
You just don't tell everyone.
For me,
I would tell you. This open forum.
I don't equate the word with self-hate, but that's just me though. Everybody sees different. See, my mom grew up like what Jess was saying, absolutely not saying the word. But then my dad grew up on the other side. You know what I mean? And the thing is, while my mom grew up seeing it as a thing of hate, my dad grew up seeing it as a thing of like this is me. He was literally going to write a book. And hold y'all horses. Call me the word, because I'm not sure if I can say it on this platform. Yeah, because what he was saying one of the things that you'll notice in America is they'll keep changing our title. They'll keep changing our title every I don't know how many years he was saying, maybe 20, 50 years, what we're supposed to be called. Even now, people are wondering, oh, should they be African American? Because they're not African. Should it just be black? So he's saying what happens is
because my mom's birth certificate says Negro.
Yep. They make your experience.
Your mama old as hell.
You make it great.
Well, it's a perfect segue. Adoration's giving a perfect segue into what we're going to talk about next.
Oh,
but go ahead.
He was saying that, like, literally, they make our experience as bad as they can. We take it, we make it the best thing ever. Now, all around the world, like I said, everybody uses that word as I've been through the struggle too. I've been down too. I've struggled eating grits in the oven pan, whatever. Like, this is how people identify. They're like, listen, like, they love that idea. Like, to them, that's like the highest form of like killing it in life, excellence, coming up from the bottom. He said, and then they're like, oh, don't say that word. Next. So he said, for his point of view, this is my dad. He's like, no, when I take something and I make it great, you can't come back and be like, okay, now we're not doing that anymore. Here's a new term. He's like, because that's happened. So that's his perspective on it. So his perspective is a thing of being proud. Look what I created. You called me nigger to put me down, but I turned it into, I mean, when I talk about globally, like, you know, respectfully for all the cultures, when it comes to that particular thing, like Jess said, especially for this newer generation, I would say people like 40 years down, and yes, 40, that's like the best thing in the world. Because they all been through something. They've all been through some form of oppression, some form of European. No, but listen to what I'm saying, though. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying that they have the same story. What I'm saying is, they love it because it's something that for them, when they hear the songs, they're like, oh my God, I love this. I mean, not that they are it. They understand that they're not it. But they understand that it's something that they're like, oh my God, I love this concept. I love this people. I love
the problem.
You understand
You know
what I'm
why
saying?
they love it, adoration? They love it because at the end of the day, they get to go home and know that they don't have to be a Black American.
No, I know
Bingo.
that.
It's fun while it's happening.
Because again, so
but I don't have to be that. I can enjoy it.
It's famously what Paul Mooney has said. Everybody wants to be a nigga, but don't nobody want to be a nigga, and it's the truth. Because again, at the end of the day, I got to stand on my FBA business with Quez. I mean, we made being cool. We set the standard for cool. If we come up today putting mops on our head, whatever we call it something, we give it a new term, and we all like jigging out to whatever, you know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden it's cool. Now we're gonna have other races trying to emulate that. So when we take something that we say amongst us within the urban areas, within the inner cities, within the hoods, and then we're projecting it, we're speaking terminology that other folks can understand. We're using verbiage that somebody that like me can equate and can use. But the problem is now that we're commercializing it and we're selling it and we're making it a product and it's going out globally. So now we have consumers who are consuming the same thing. But because we have swag, but because we have style, but because we have so many different things about us that make us great, people want to emulate that. So if we say it a certain type of way, oh, that's cool how he says it, and then they try to say it. Because I don't know how many countless other people that I've seen saying that word to other people who weren't Black. What's up?
Absolutely.
What's up? Using it, you know what I mean? It's just it was crazy to me because I just sit back and just watch the show. And then, you know, but sometimes they won't even come up and say it to, you know, me because they know, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't happening, you know? So,
you know, it's like their own little, like how everybody had their own little version of Barbies or, you know, their favorite G.I. Joe. This is the world's version of My Little Nigga Doll. You know what I'm saying? You get to have a toy that you can play with and have fun. And when you're done, you get to put it away and go back to your regularly scheduled program in life. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have to deal with the consequences that came along
people have to go
with
through
the production of that word. You know what I'm saying?
True. Yeah, absolutely. So. No, like I said, I personally agree with that. I'm just telling you how my dad saw it when it came to us.
No, I feel you. Yeah, no, your dad.
He doesn't like that. He doesn't like okay. I guess he was in theory, in some ways, an FBA on some side. He's like, there's something as Black Americans we built here. We have this, and you can't. He didn't agree with the concept of, let's just say, white people constantly being like, okay, well, if we can't do this, then that's out. He's like, we were something different when we first got off the boat, or when we first, like I said, my people are also Native American, so they were something different before they even turned our documents into African American. You know, a lot of us are also original Israeli, so they just kept changing.
No, let's not do that.
They just kept changing our name from different things. So the point of the matter that I'm making is my dad's point of view on it.
Let's not do that.
No, it's well, okay.
Hey, did your dad adoration? No, did your dad call himself an African American?
He whatever was on his birth certificate was an African American. But then, like he was explaining to me, they went from this to that to that to this to that to that.
It didn't say African American on your daddy birth certificate. I promise.
Depending on the year, it's either going to say black or it's going to say Negro. It might say mulatto, depending on when he was born.
Jess' mom said Negro.
So what I'm
my mom is older though. My mom is older.
Yeah.
But Adoration is like the youngest out of 27 kids.
I'm 29.
That's what I'm saying. And you the youngest.
I'm not the youngest. I'm the oldest. I'm the second oldest. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay.
All right, hold on. So Okira says we all have self-hatred, just different levels. Still need you to break that down. Like I said, you have to understand how many cells you have first. You have to definitely break that down. We have to read to understand. We're avid readers over here, so definitely break that one down. All of those are persuado.
Pseudo terms. He's saying they're pseudo terms, kind of like
persuado. They're persuado terms.
No, they're pseudo.
I know.
You're making us look bad, Third. Come on, man.
No, I was just,
They just told you to read, and then you come up here and say persuados.
I did it on purpose. Yeah, they're persuado. They're persuado terms. They're persuado. You know what I mean? Persuado.
Yeah. No, but I think every Black American has the right to look at it how they want to look at it and use it how they want to use it.
Absolutely.
Nobody
gets to tell us. That's my whole point. Nobody gets to tell us how we should feel.
Right, exactly. And that was my father's. My dad. He's like,
mind your goddamn business.
People can't be telling you what you can say, what you can't say. Oh, don't use that. Oh, don't do it like that. That was his perspective. So I agree with your understanding both sides. I use the word when I feel like it. And I'm respectful of other Black people who don't like it. If they don't like it, I don't use it around them. Absolutely. I'm not going to use it regularly anyway.
I'm never going to say nigga to my grandma. Shit.
You better not.
You better not.
You know what I mean? Like, for real. Like, yeah, I'm not going to be at my grandma's house like, nigga. No, not now. Hey, but for y'all can get it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So more, if you don't read though, you're just guessing. So what do we need to read?
We read.
What? Man, come
we
on,
read.
bro.
We read. We do read. We do read.
We read a lot.
I wrote a book.
I got a whole bookshelf.
Come lay it on us.
Right behind. That's what I'm saying. I have an extensive library.
Man, I've been in the Third house. Third got books that I wanted to steal. I was gonna throw one in the baby.
He was really getting ready to steal some books.
Yeah, I was looking through this shit like, oh, I ain't got this yet. You know
he didn't care about anything else. He's like, oh man, look at them books right there. You got a nice little collection there. You're trying to distract me to have the queen to stuff some in the baby bag.
Hey, but here, crawl now. So next time we steal it.
Right.
Real distraction. Here, crawl back there in the room, man. You know what I'm saying?
Matter of fact, I have a book called The N-Word. You know what I'm saying, by Dick Gregory. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, I mean,
a wonderful book.
My dad read that one too.
No, so
I'm writing a song, a rap.
So what are we really saying? You know what I mean? Like, again, the link is in the comment section or in the description. If you want to come on and be a guest, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, we're extensive.
Yeah, come on, man.
We're extensive readers.
We want to learn.
Hey, look, we love to read. We just don't like to read the comments. You know what I'm saying? We'd rather hear you.
We do read the comments. We don't understand that.
All right.
We can't put everything in there.
So, yeah, because a little bit.
Oh my goodness.
Dick Gregory has self-deep hatred too. I'm gonna need you to break this down. You know what I'm saying?
But like I said, though, can I state this though? It
Real
really
quick.
depends on how you look at it. It's not. I can't say that somebody that would, wear their hair like this has deep self-hatred, because it depends on how their mindset looks at it. They might not look at it like that. So you know what I mean? I can't be like, you got deep self-hatred because my braids are blonde. You hate yourself. I don't. It's just the style that I want to wear. You know what I mean? So I don't know. But
you was copping a plea for having that blonde hair in, you know what I'm saying? You over there.
That's what I'm saying, though. It's not, it's my first blonde hair, but also it's not because I hate myself. I've been a natural girl all my life. I don't hate myself. I'm just saying that I understand the point, but you gotta explain it because we don't have to explain anything, Adoration. No, I'm talking about the person in the comments. You still don't have to explain. It's their job. I'm just saying I want to get their point of view because from what I'm interpreting it as,
no,
you drink coffee, you hate yourself. That's what I'm interpreting.
No, it's very vague, so definitely I would love for the person to come on here and definitely speak their mind. You only think you have one self. I'm kind of with Quez. You got to stop with the riddles. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead and just say, hey, just be blunt. Just be blunt and say whatever it is. Just be transparent. We're real.
Get to the synopsis, sir. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, wrap this up. I'm just being honest. It's a lot to try to figure out what you're trying to say in context to what we're talking about.
Right.
And put it all together. So can you please just, make this a synopsis real quick. 2-3 sentences, what you mean,
All right, so we're gonna go on real quick because to Okera, like again,
no
the link.
I'm just saying it's
no disrespect, but the link is in the comment section. The 2-word and 1-word sentences. We actually have 2 cells. You're more than welcome on a later date if you want to come on and break it down further. Because right now I'm kind of stumped. Right now we're only guessing because you're not really being extensive or whatever it is that you're trying to convey.
I can't wait for the book. I'll say that much. But now I'm curious. This is some great marketing.
I guess so. But with that being said, let's go ahead and the segue.
We always say when we come to this point that it's really important for us to realize the true strength and the resilience that's in our DNA.
Oh, I forgot. I can't play that. Has music.
Copyright.
Yeah.
It already hit you once. To start the show.
I totally forgot. You know what I mean? Totally forgot. You know what I'm saying? They was copyrighting me on my own music though, so I'm still trying to figure that out. But yeah, so okay, Okera says, I've studied self-hatred more than 30 years. Black and white is not that simple. So are you a psychologist? You know what I'm saying? Like it's what it's sounding like. I'm trying to figure out. You're saying 2 cells. So, but with that being said, so I'm not sure where Cousin's at. If she's, you have the link. You can come on. You're more than welcome. We're gonna talk about discovering and finding our roots. We had a great discussion last week. Matter of fact, you were wanted back by popular demand. So
by popular demand.
Yeah, by popular demand. So we listened to the people. We tried to bring you back, and just talk about it a little bit more. But I forget where we left off per se with the conversation. But again, like I said earlier, we've had discussions. I mean, there's been an ongoing debate here. Take care, home team. Hey, like I said, the Gmail. Drop your 3 cent. Drop your 3 CENT at gmail.com. Hit me up. We can get you on here. We can promote your book. We can take a deeper dive in what you're trying to convey. But self-hatred, I mean, there's not. I don't know. I don't know if I can necessarily subscribe to that because I was taught from a very young age to love thyself. I was taught by a young age to love the skin that I'm in because we live in a society where we're going to have people who are going to try to tell us what we are, how to feel, how to think. They're going to tell us that our skin is black or we're evil, we're vile, we're this, we're jungle bunnies, we're monkeys, we come from savages, we're all these negative connotations. We're going to have people that are going to tell you what you are. But you have to know who you are and love what you are, embrace what you are. So even as a kid, there was black art around my house. My aunt had one that said, love the skin you're in, or black is beautiful with different shades of brown. So there was nothing about myself, whether it be my nose, my skin, my hair, my teeth, my body, whatever, that I hated about myself. If there's any things that I wanted to change as far as self-improvement, then you work on that and you self-improve. But hate should never be in the vernacular of one describing yourself, number one. Number two, nor should it be within describing your people or describing where you come from. So I don't know necessarily where you're equating the self-hate, because I was taught to self-love. And then you take that self-love and then you project it out to others. So I know that there's a self-hate, but not everybody has it. And with the two selves that you're talking about either a spiritual self or a physical self. We're going to need you to break that down.
Yeah.
All right. And how do you change your percentage if you hate the results? You know what I'm saying? What do you do about that? Like, let's say you want to be African, and then your results say you only 77%. Like, how do you change that?
Evil.
First, though, yeah, he is evil. Maybe you are the dark evil that the white folks are talking about.
Such a beautiful message, and then just come with that.
Right. He's on his Melvin mode.
No regard for human life.
He came with his Melvin mode. So, with that being said, I mean, there's been discussion of whether Black Americans should identify as FBA or African descent. And I think one of the beautiful things that has came out of everything that we talked about has been self-discovery. And there's going to be one thing that I'm going to actually stand with Quez 10 toes down on is that, and I think either you was it Adoration or somebody has said it, or maybe it was cousin Regina Calloway. But I think it's more so Quez. I think we need to take the time, as much as we have a social studies and history classes here in America, whatever curriculum that they have in the motherland in some of these countries, I think that Black American history needs to be taught and they need to be educated. Because one of the questions I had for my cousin was, because I know she's been abroad, I want to see how we are proceeding, or how how our reception is in the motherland once we actually get there. Because I've heard Quez's perspective about some of the ones who are here. Jess actually was telling me a little story about some of the ones who have this arrogant viewpoint about us.
One of my kids.
And so I wanted to see
San Bernardino High School.
Call them out.
Cardinals and what. So again, I wanted to see if there's different perspectives. How are we received back home versus how are the ones coming over here perceiving us? And I think with that being said, I think the how you combat ignorance is with educating. Yes. So there definitely needs to be some curriculums out there that show what happened to us, your descendants, your brothers, your cousins, once we were auctioned off and brought over across seas. They need to be taught what happened to us from the standpoint from when we got here and now. Because the last thing that I ever want to hear, mind you, every race has them. We have those, those ones, but lazy is crazy to me, especially when a lot of the stuff that in America was built on our backs. Washington, D.C., a lot of inventions like the cell phone.
We Black Americans have over 5,000
red light, green light, ice cream, cookies.
We got so many patents, it's ridiculous.
Exactly.
And that's just after they started letting us have them. We ain't gonna talk about the Jim Beams and the KFC where y'all just stole the patents. You know what I'm saying? Y'all took the 16 herbs and spices and made it your own. You know what I'm saying? Jim Beam, your favorite whiskey. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna talk about all the stuff y'all stole before
and what
we
about
allowed to get patents. You know what I'm saying?
The people who had money, like who got rich and had to change their ID to white just to enjoy the privileges of flying first class, for example.
There was a
woman the whitewashing,
who was forced to change her identity to white because of how much money she had.
Exactly. And they took her parents, gave her white guardians because they were like, oh, your parents are not. They're too black to be your guardians.
So, I mean, I say that all that's beautiful because what this has done, this whole FBA talk versus African ancestry has opened up a great discussion into discovery, which is the key word for today. If I had to choose a third word for today, is discovery, because we're discovering a lot about ourselves, not only ourselves, but our people. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's different things that Tariq Nasheed has brought out, that we need to know. There's different things that we're discovering within our own families that we need to know. Yes, I'm always going to stand firm that we do definitely have a deeper connection that surpasses America, because again, we came over here and yes, we helped make America great. You know what I'm saying? But at some point, we are a natural resource that was stolen, that was taken away from our point of origin. And I think at some point we need to acknowledge that, and we need to have a self-knowledge, because again, if we don't know who we are, we're not going to know where we're going. And you definitely need to know, certain aspect about yourself. but also you need to know about what we did while we were here. Because we left our fingerprint, we left our DNA. It's embedded into this country, and I think it definitely needs to be respected.
So can I push back just a little bit?
Let's go.
Because I don't want to seem facetious. I love Africa. I love it for what it represents in total. The representation. This is just my perspective, and I would love for some other individuals to come on here and give their viewpoints on it, because from what I've studied and seen, the perception that they have of us is kind of the perception we see over here, right, from mainstream news, which is no way indicative of what foundational Black American culture is about, right? A lot of the information that they get in these other countries is CNN, Fox News, MSNBC News coverage of Black people and in their worst, or they get the TikToks, they get the um, shade rooms, they get World Star Hip Hop. They get those versions of us. They don't get to see the Michael Eric Dysons. They don't get to see the Dr. Claude Andersons. They don't get to see, the best versions of us in a large, massive scale. So I can, to one degree, I can understand how they could feel the way that they feel, but also I do want to recognize the fact that part of the reason why we over here was cold-hearted by them as well. You know what I'm saying? And this is not taking no shots at anybody, but you know what I'm saying? There was a portion of individuals who helped facilitate our departure from the continent, for the ones who came over here that way. And to make atonement for that, it would take some humbleness, right? It's going to take some humbleness. It's not going to take this arrogant attitude of always, well, you don't know where you come from, so you need to listen to me. You have no culture. You need to listen to me. That type of energy is going to get you cut off quick. You know what I'm saying? Because there's good. I'll leave it right there. I don't want to get stop.
A little bit of backstory and history to that, though. You know what I'm saying? Because again, that's one of the narratives that the YT people like to push, is that, well, you were sold by your own people too. But a lot of what was happening, especially within African culture, was that a lot of tribes were at war. You know what I'm saying? And so that's how a lot of tribes became to be large within numbers, because they would go to battle with another tribe, and then they would encompass that other tribe, and that's how the numbers would actually grow. So with that being said, if you had a stronger tribe over here that took over this other tribe, they more than likely would send the prisoners or the people from that tribe and send them off this way. And it's also, I'm not necessarily they didn't know, because again, they had slavery, they had form of servitude within Africa, they had servitude within Europe, they had servitude within ancient biblical times, even within wherever you want to talk about within the world, they have a form of servitude. So we know as Black Americans what slavery entailed: the whippings, the rapings, the killings, the lynchings, all this other stuff. We know about that, but I don't think they necessarily know. Not a lot of them know about what that entailed. So you know what I mean. So I mean, I hear what you're saying. There's definitely a double-edged sword to that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, some of us were stolen too.
I know I didn't negate the fact that some of us were stolen. Once again,
good evening, C. Cherie.
I'm saying that there was some participation as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it was.
I'm not negating that at all too.
Okay. So I want there to be a fair assessment across both sides of the board. And in 2025, for you not to know Black American history and what they went through, when you can hold a whole computer in your hand in
Bro,
research.
we're talking about educational systems, and sometimes we're not talking about people having like the right internet or even the right books. We know that to be true even in here in America within the inner cities.
But
So,
bro, you keep trying to justify the
I'm not
ignorance.
justifying it. It's being real.
If I could
do they have the internet, sir?
Go ahead, adoration.
No, I was just gonna say that I completely understand where Quez is coming from, but I would also say that it does help to know different things from different people's perspectives, right? Obviously, like there's a lot of Africans abroad. I have a lot of African friends. Everybody doesn't think the same, first of all. What Quez was saying is definitely a perspective that I have heard. Understanding what their education system teaches from their perspective, what they learn. A lot of Africans, number one, see Black Americans as heroes. They're like their primary, like the movies they grew up on, the people they look up to, from A to Z are all Black American. It even surprised me when they're like, "Oh, remember this movie?" I'm like, I didn't watch that because I mean, obviously, I'm Black American, but I didn't really get all the Black American movies and this and that because I grew up abroad. I moved out when I was 11, so a lot of them actually do not see Black Americans like that. But then on the other side, a lot of them have different histories they were taught, i.e. in Ghana, they actually, from their perspective, I don't really know, I wasn't there obviously, but they went to war for us when we were getting sold off. They had the same white missionaries come in. The Arabics are the ones who owned the ship. They actually went to war to stop us from going into slavery. So there's different realities and perspectives from different countries, because remember, Africa is not a country, it is a continent. Different places, different people, different realities. And that's why you see like Ghana is one of those. The other country, I forget how to say the name of the country, I don't want to mispronounce it, but they're like, Black Americans, you can come back and have land. Ghana gave us a whole strip of land to some Black American developers, and like, if people want to come over, we'll give you more. So there's different realities, and we can't just lump them together and be like, oh, they're ignorant, oh, they don't like it. It's not true.
I'm gonna have to we're gonna have to kind of wrap it up in a little bit, but go ahead, Jess.
So what I was gonna say is, when I was going to high school, there was no social media at that time. So they already formed these thought processes about us without social media. Just saying.
It's true.
But it's just like right now, if I want to know something, instead of me speaking ignorantly to it, I can pick up my phone and I have a whole computer to where I can go through different sources of information and gather which ones I feel are reliable or resourceful to the information that I'm trying to study. I'm saying in regards to self-education. Ignorance is no longer an excuse in 2025.
But Quez,
you have so many options to study and find out information. Even like I hear people on Twitter and Instagram all day. Why not ask a question to get better educated if that's what the hell you're doing and you want to?
But Quez, real quick though, that could be the problem. A lot of these people are getting their information from just as ignorant Black Americans who are always like, all Black Americans are lazy. We got it easy over here. Nobody won't pick themselves up by the bootstrap. They getting it from CNN. This stuff is online. These people could literally, like, if somebody were to do a surface level deep dive on Black Americans,
you definitely have to know your resources.
Right. And you got to come from a positive perspective because.
But at the same time, why not?
We're lazy and we're crazy.
So at the same time, what better source than getting it from somebody directly, especially from descendants of slavery? You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, there definitely needs to be some education. But we're over here in a society where, again, if you want to talk about America, America is one of the richest countries in the world, to where we have things accessible to us that maybe some resources may not be accessible to everybody. So I'm just saying, that's just my argument. I hear what you're saying, but just to get into some of this stuff as far as our self-discovery, you know, we finding our roots. He talking all this trash about me. Mine show up. And then we got a brother Quez right here. You know what I'm saying? He's 84.0%. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you ain't put your percentage up there, third. You just put up all the little nations and you tried to skip past that. Like
I'm coming. No, you just wait. Okay. So again, Nigerian is popping up more strongly as a strong point with the Igbo people. So, that's one tribe that you definitely need to look into, Quez, because it's giving you right here the people who you match up with so where you can learn more about it. But again, I don't necessarily... Let me stop.
Don't do it.
There goes Jess. Well, yeah, that one's a bad one. So we got Jess's right here. You know what I'm saying? She's West African, but with her people being more so in Liberia, she also has people in Nigeria and also too, Senegal, which is the Fula and the Yulof people. So these are tribes and stuff that you can actually look into. I don't see no American tribe here. You know what I mean? But also,
now you're being facetious, sir. You don't see. That's what I be talking about with the framing. That's what I be saying with the framing, bro. Don't do that.
And there goes me. You know what I'm saying?
With your 77%, I don't see no American tribes. You know what I'm saying?
You got European in you too. You got some European in there. You got like 16%
of us all. You are the least West African.
But I know my roots. I talk to my cousins. Have you talked to yours? The Foundation of Black ones here, though, right?
I got some cousins in Oklahoma. I got some in California. I got a couple cousins in Florida. I talk to them all the time.
But also, so while doing some discovery today, I guess we won't have cousin Regina on today. She was driving. We'll try to get her on some other time. But I made a discovery today of somebody who, I guess you would say, helped with the civil rights. You know what I'm saying?
No, why?
It's not there. Not there. I found out I'm related to Rosa Parks.
Oh, you look like the back of a bus type nigga. No, I'm just playing.
and then inward. Here you go. You know what I'm saying? Like.
This is hard.
Nah, that's good stuff though. That's good stuff. I'm just playing.
Nah, man, you horrible.
For the people watching, I just be joking.
Nah, he the crab in the barrel keeping us down. he don't want to see us. He don't want to see us African people be great.
You know what I'm saying? Don't be mad at me. Find out who put us in the barrel, baby.
You don't want us African people being great. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh my God.
Oh, there we go. I just add one more slide over.
Wow.
You see, he had to go run off.
Excuse me.
So yeah, Rosa Parks. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a discovery right there. So someone who actually fought within the civil rights, but it's all about self-discovery and finding your roots. So. But yeah, Quez don't like black people.
He does like black people.
Oh, he does not.
He's not into digging. See, the thing is, like, I really appreciate this one because there is a deeper, and I've done this before, me and my family, like, looking back. And I know when I brought up the Israel thing, you lost it. I understand. But if you know anything about the Igbo tribe,
again.
That's what I'm saying.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing because we're not doing that. No. Sorry. No, we're not doing it. We're not doing it. No, we're not doing it. We're not doing that.
That's what I'm saying.
Because again, it becomes murky. I agree with Quez. No, I agree with Quez on his standpoint. I don't agree with you on that one. No.
Okay.
No.
You didn't give me a chance to talk, but I understand.
No, because I knew where you were going with it. We're not doing it here with this one. We've already done it before. It is not happening. It's not cracking.
Okay, adoration. I hear you.
It's not cracking. We are not Black Israelites. Stop.
You
Stop,
are
Kanye. Stop,
Kanye.
You
can't say we.
We don't have time for dollars. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta give me some proof. We gotta give me some proof.
There's proof, but I'm not allowed to talk.
Hey, no, we will talk after the show. We will talk after. We don't have time. Again, I've got time for $3.
Next week, adoration is still Black History Month.
Okay.
Yeah,
no, I understand
we will talk after the show.
Like I said, I understand
two more minutes.
Purposes. I do understand.
Thank you, Miss Cherie.
And thank you, Cherie. Just come watch the rebroadcast. Share it. We'll be here. We'll be in the comments and whatnot. We want to thank you for tuning in to drop your 3 cents. We will have a conversation in the background because hell no, I don't subscribe to that. So, but again, we're all entitled. But so anyway, thank you for tuning in to drop your 3 cents. If you feel a certain type of way, you can come on. We can have a discussion about it. We've already had this, man, and it was a heated one. So with that being said, we love y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Catch you on the next one. Peace.